The Artsystem5 application is built on a powerful relational database that handily stores historical activity and links between tables within the system. This functionality is front and center when it comes to generating transactions, which are linked to the Activity tab of Works and Contacts. Transactions can also become linked to each other through a process called conversion, which greatly expedites all transaction processing, but in particular for the invoice. While it is possible to quickly generate an invoice transaction directly, covered in a separate video, it is often the case that sales are originated from consignments and offers. This instruction will cover the process of creating an offer transaction and then converting that offer to an invoice for the sold works and a return for the unsold works. To get started creating this offer, artwork records will be marked on a worksheet of items that the client has been considering and now wants to get more serious about purchasing. With the works of interest collected, the detail pages can be reviewed, and any necessary adjustments made prior to passing the data along to the transaction. In particular, review the Financials tab, note the work record ownership, and ensure that the retail value is current. In this case, the consignment ownership details are correct, but the retail value needs an update. When the details have been confirmed, click Transact in the preview window of any of the marked works, and then select Offer. The first screen provides the opportunity to confirm the selection of works. Note that it is possible to click Finish here and proceed directly to the completed transaction without entering any additional details. However, clicking Next takes us to the Contact Selection window. Contacts can be located using the search box or added on the fly, if necessary, using the plus. To insert a contact from the selection box on the left to the fields on the right, simply double-click the contact or use the arrows to insert it into the corresponding box. When the contact selection process is completed, click Finish, and the newly created transaction detail will be shown. Review this offer transaction to ensure that the work's details have been entered correctly. The linked contacts in the Offer To, Ship To fields can be adjusted or viewed using the Edit, Pencil, and Lookup, Arrow links at the top. Additional works can also be added by clicking on the next empty row and then using the I button to open the record lookup. While included works can be removed by clicking on the row, pressing the Delete key on the keyboard, and then saving the changes. Note that the text will turn red, indicating that this item will be removed or purged from the transaction after clicking Save and answering Yes to the prompt. Be sure to confirm the financial details are correct again. Adjustments can be made directly on this form for retail price, and when saving, there is a prompt to update the work record as well. Finally, discounts can be applied as a percentage or negotiated terms, and tax can be adjusted using the selections at the bottom. If you would like to record a staff member or salesperson, those initials or names can be added as well. The transaction record also includes tabs for entering further details. For example, Notes provides plenty of space for large amounts of plain text entry. Be aware that these notes do not appear on any transaction documents and are displayed within the program only. Miscellaneous items like framing or conservation costs that are being billed to the client can also be entered on the Additional Details tab, and they will be included in the total. And finally, there is a Shipment tab that can include links to a carrier, special handling notes, and packaging information if necessary. The Shipment tab of any transaction also includes options for adjusting active status and location detail, that will take effect when the transaction is marked shipped. It is also possible to click the Print button in the preview to generate a copy of the offer paperwork, which can be printed or emailed directly, and it will be automatically saved as a document attachment when produced. Finally, when the artworks have been picked up by the shipper, the shipped flag can be checked, and the transaction is closed. Note that on marking a transaction as shipped, the location of the included artworks will be adjusted to the selected contact address, and the active status and location detail will be updated if those details were entered on the Shipment tab. Also, a line item link has been added to the Activity tab of the work record and contact, which can be double-clicked to open the linked transaction. With the offer transaction complete and the artworks shipped, the power of the Convert feature can be explored in relation to how sales and returns of these artworks into inventory can be completed. When the client has replied with confirmation about which works they would like to purchase, we can again locate the offer transaction, either by clicking the link in the Work Activity tab or in the Transactions module itself. In either case, locate and click the Convert button in the preview window, select Invoice, and click Next. The next screen is a Works selection screen where you can mark individual works from the offer that are going to be converted to the invoice. When selection is complete, click Finish, and the newly created invoice transaction is displayed. Note that works and contact information have been transferred, with a link displaying to the originating offer. When the invoice is marked shipped, the status and location updates are reflected for the work record. Returning the unsold works into inventory on the return shipment from the client is just as easy as creating the invoice. Click Convert again in the preview window for the offer, and this time choose Return, and then Next. The next screen will allow a choice of return destination contact, and clicking Finish concludes the round trip. The return transaction includes similar tabs for saving shipment details, and again, the originating transaction is shown and the activity is logged. With Artsystem5, establishing the originating transaction and then using the Convert feature allows simplified workflows and automatically creates links that can be used for future reference. With the tabbed record detail interface, transactional activity can be viewed across modules from a work record, a contact, or a transaction.